I expect to find you here. What are your plans?
Drift around down here. Try to stay out of jail.
Well, me and the boys here, we got some work to do. You want to come along? It ain't like it used to be, but it'll do.
Mac? Yeah, Mac, and I got disconnected, so yeah, they had a hard time, but you made it through. That's good.
Huh.
Come on.
Well, at least we made it.
Yeah, no, I was the I was the sentry gunner too.
I think there's a 300 ping limit.
Yeah, that's why I play at night. Everybody's just off on the ping's better.
Yeah, and you're riding the line pretty hard. I can't blame you though. I mean, this is pretty much the only populated like liberation server that has the rules that I like.
Yeah, no, 15 FPS and 253 ping. Oh, that's a good combo.
Well, the FPS is normal, but everything else.
Oh.
Yeah, ever since I found out that processing shit that allowed me to stop using my fucking first core for this game.
Oh, shut the fuck up! Tell me about that. I've been looking for that. Where's that at?
Yeah, I was the person that discovered it all, and I've been trying to tell everyone about it.
No, there's a post somewhere about it.
Yeah, the Steam community post. I've been trying to spread that to everyone like it's a gospel.
Hey,
I'll
can
send
you
it
send that
you.
to me? Yeah. You got me on Steam, Collins?
No.
Well,
wait, what does he? Why do you
what's your Steam name?
Who's in? What the fuck?
Hey, wait, stop.
User left your
Where'd
channel.
Collins go?
He jumped out.
Somebody got ejected.
He was probably trying to do a keybind or something.
Run, Forrest, run!
Bro, I just looked to my left and I saw Collins.
What's your Steam name?
My Steam name is Who's in Paris.
What does it do, by the way? Why do you have to take out your first core?
Well, I'm surprised you didn't get hurt from that, Collins.
Me too. What'd you say, David?
Yeah,
Why do you have to take off your first core?
Because this game really likes to overload your first core. So if you remove that from remove your Arma 3 from being able to use your first core, it'll redistribute to the other cores, which makes the game a lot more stable.
Ah, you gotta teach me that.
I'll send you the thing as well.
I'm pretty sure you have me also. It's Sabers.
You got Discord?
Yeah.
I want to step it up from these low-income team players.
I sent you the video,
What's
bitches.
that? Oh, you did
Yeah,
it
that's
too?
about, yeah.
Nice. Thanks, Tom.
That helps a lot, bro. Just watch that YouTube video and solves all your issues with Arma. I mean,
Well, see, I've got a beast fucking computer, so I've been doing okay, but I'd always like to get better at that.
What is your Discord, Collins?
Colin, COLLYN, number 1593.
Wait, COLLYN?
Yeah.
Okay. And the numbers?
1593.
1593. Alright, I'll be informing about your tax soon, so.
Okay, everybody, just so y'all know, you all have an IV in your left arm, okay? So if you do gotta transfuse yourself.
Thank
This
you.
is sick, patches.
What's that?
I can see the infantry moving around.
Yeah, don't shoot. Nobody shoot, okay? Weapons hold.
Okay.
Hold on. Gotta go to the toilet real quick.
What's the new med shit they just added?
It's very nice. They've added 3 new medications, all I still have no fucking clue what they do, but that's not the important part. They added the ability to reorient someone, so if they have, if you have a patient that has 70 to 100 heartbeat and high blood pressure, and on the high end of low blood, you
let's
can
get
immediately wake
dismounted.
them
Go
up.
ahead and dismount.
Yeah, boys.
Dismount. I want you guys to hump it out to that Go ahead and open up. Where are they at? SPL. You guys hump it over there. I want machine gun or something.
There's a squad out in the field bearing 307 past on the other side of the town.
See the smoke from that AT soldier? Nope.
That's not what the other lawyer said.
Hey, what's up, guys? User joined your channel. To Law-Splaining the Interwebs. I am your host, Nick Ricada of Ricada Law, a small law firm in central Minnesota. One heck of a day. This.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck. God damn.
How am I still alive? I survived.
I'm trying to pack my chest.
User in your channel timed out.
God damn, I'm fucked up.
Yeah. Let's push up with the others. Wanna save this man?
Hey, you awake? I just died. Is he awake?
User joined your channel.
I got 3 down on me. 3 friendlies.
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
God damn it. Come on.
I don't know how they get the courtroom camera feed specifically. I mean, I'm just rebroadcast. Yeah, the reason I'm not going to do Fox is because they've got like that's different, right? Like this is law and crime. This is not going to be. This is not copyrighted. Like this? What is that? Show me your artistic impression. Nothing. Like Fox is reels of footage. Commentary going on the back. So I'm not going to. But today we are going to watch Jury I am seeing this thing through to the end, and I pray that the jury is short. I pray that the jury is because 8 hours or days. That would be sick. So we want short jury deliberations benefit Kyle. Most of them, I think they quicker finding, we will see. User joined your channel. I'm still getting woken up. I'm getting woke. You heard it here first. But yeah. So
Yep.
I'm hoping it's quick. With the quickness would be ideal. That way we can. User in your channel timed out. Thing actually is, and Kyle hopefully
hold on.
Havoc. Man, Richard's voice
User entered your channel.
Wisconsin mannerisms have been
Come on, Baxter.
one of my favorite things. Your Honor, they're unleashing havoc on the city of Kenosha. Just that very Wisconsin Chicago mixed accent is beautiful. It's a thing of
Banshee. Banshee. I need your help with a guy.
Wisconsin is finally getting the because Fargo really torqued off a bunch of Minnesota.
Hello again. Now I can hear you fine.
Oh, hey, how's it going, bud?
I had to turn it off and turn it back on again.
That's how it goes. That's it. Welcome to the live stream of Hurry Up and Wait. It's like we're in the army.
Very much so. Yeah, so we're going to do the Tumblr thing at some point with the lotto balls, which I think is just kind of a hilarious way to do this. I mean, why not,
Yeah.
I suppose. But I've never quite seen it done that way before.
I wonder if they're gonna like sit there and.
I just put a guy in the back and he's pretty fucked up.
Oh, right. Yeah.
51.
What resulted my hope?
Spectre.
Yeah, because otherwise they're just gonna be sitting there literally all day, watching anything but the news.
And go outside. I'll let you out.
What are they gonna have them watch? Because like.
Let it go. I don't know.
Yeah, because if they have just the court said back with glasses? What's he doing there? It's his stunt double. You. Just, don't worry. You don't have to stand up and object. It'll be fine. Come on, Court.
Are you sure it was the person sitting at the defense table? Are you sure it wasn't the person in
User
the
joined your
back
channel.
row?
User in your channel timed out.
That's the Chicago law. Yeah, and he put traffic stop, and he had a
User entered your channel.
yeah, who's like it was like the description was like 6 foot tall, brown hair, brown eyes, or whatever. And he noticed his assistant looked about the same. So he had to sit at the council table with him, and the defendant was actually in the back of the room. And so he asked the police officer, "Can you identify the defendant?" He's like, "Yeah." He points to the council table.
Yo, you guys use
Come on,
earplugs or
Judge.
no?
What do you need, earplugs?
Yeah, you want to put earplugs in. I forgot mine.
Oh my gosh, this is
I'm
incredible.
failing them. Yeah, you with the boomer shorts.
Okay. All of the tech issues so far.
Communicate in any way or access any site respecting the case. And
there we go.
Let's take the.
He sounds terrible.
Strike the jurors as necessary. All of the jurors' numbers have been exhibited to the defendant, I believe. And
his
they're
voice
paper
like
clipped together now,
a half octave
please
lower.
Put them in the tumbler.
The little tumbler.
Bailiff will rotate it, and then the defendant will draw out.
Oh, the judge has a Tumblr account confirmed.
No, just.
User left your channel.
Little pieces of paper, so it's not the lotto balls. That's annoying.
And the names which are drawn out will be the juries who will be dismissed.
Oh, please.
Oh.
Just reach in there. Yeah, reach in there.
Oh, do they make the defendant do it?
That's what they said. That's what they said. Oh my god.
Choose your fate.
This is one of the more bizarre moments I've seen in my life.
I cannot believe it. I gotta tweet that out.
And also, the crinkling noise reminds you of a jail cell. Just so you know, with the oil, it reminds you of this classic sound of a jail opening it up and out. So put that in his head. That's great news. Wow.
Wow.
User joined your channel.
I've never seen that in any courtroom ever.
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
I can't believe that you have to pick your own jury. Oh man. What a weird process.
As I call your number, you please stand up.
They are going to do it. 11.
Number 58.
Shouldn't they have had him draw
Number
6
14.
instead of 12?
They
That's
did.
what I
He
would've
did draw
thought.
Number
Oh, he did.
45,
Okay.
Number 9. And number 52.
You are not the
Follow bailiff
imposter.
into the back room.
You're not sus.
They've been ejected from the airship.
We should have gotten the number so we could have tweeted them lost style, you know. we definitely need those numbers so we could redo the lost memes with those numbers in place. Damn.
Right, members of the jury, it is
Everybody in the chat got a bingo
determine
just
whether
now.
the defendant is guilty or not guilty of each of the offenses charged. You must make a finding as to each count in the information. Each count charges a separate crime, and you must consider each one separately. Your verdict for the crime charged on one count must not affect your verdict on any other. As I indicated, I think yesterday, that you must return only one verdict for each count of the information.
So who all is buying a lottery ticket on this one?
Did you get to see the drawing?
I did. That's bizarre to me.
If you need to communicate with me while you are in deliberation, please send a note through the bailiff, which is signed by the presiding juror whom you've elected.
I would send the note to the judge a note. Do you like me? Y/N.
Before answering, so it may take some time. You should continue your deliberations while you await an answer. I will answer any questions in writing or orally here in open court.
Oh. Paper rustling.
When you agree upon your verdict, have it signed and dated by the presiding juror as to each count, and all of you return with the verdict to the court.
I think the judge does have a cold. He, I mean, he's been indicating sinus issues the whole trial.
You solemnly swear that you will keep all persons sworn on this jury together in some private and convenient place, and that you will not speak to them nor permit anyone else to speak to them concerning the state of their deliberations or the verdicts upon which they have agreed so.
Oh, he said bailiff, but it wrote it as Phyllis.
All right, folks, you can retire to consider your verdicts.
Unless that guy's name is Phyllis, I guess I shouldn't, assume. Phyllis the bailiff.
Going back to my earlier topic as well, I'm just waiting for the tweets from whoever, because I don't know this for sure, but maybe it's the case that the numbers he drew are such that it makes it even more white supremacy in nature, and this is just further proof of bias because somehow they tagged the paper or whatever. It's part of the system of white supremacy. Just waiting for that little note.
Bingo is white privilege. I mean, that's what happens as you get older as a white person. You eventually, traverse into bingo. I mean, that's how it goes. It's a math formula. Function of X as age approaches infinity.
So
X
it
equals
would be
bingo.
wrong. It would be wrong in the courtroom after it's done to just yell out Yahtzee, right?
Almost always a bad idea. But yeah, I'm sure it'll be the. Oh wait, Corey Shirafisi, he wrote the juror numbers.
Excellent.
On the he wrote them on the cards, and Kyle got to pull them out. So we know that they rigged the jury, right? Like we know that happened. He just wrote down only the jurors that they wanted gone on the things, and Kyle knew not to pull duplicates.
Yes, that would be
because he textured the paper.
Yeah, that'd be good. No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, why not mark the paper like a card counter? Just slice just the thinnest edge off the edge of the card, like when you literally cut the card, so that you can feel the difference in your hand, like a card mechanic, and then bingo bango, you got the jury you want.
God, it would be amazing if they actually sat down and did motion hearings.
Parting, as they say, is such sweet sorrow.
What?
You've been wonderful jurors, and we couldn't have asked for a higher quality jury, better jurors.
I'm sure we could have.
You could. I mean, you could always ask.
And it is, with this. And then when you take them up, you can take that up too. There
Tell
have
us
been rare
about the
instances,
Bible and juries.
sometimes in cases you'd recognize by their importance, where jurors have been restored to the jury after having been dismissed. So that is conceivable it would happen in this case. It's not likely, but it's quite unlikely, but it's possible. So I'm going to ask that you continue with the instruction that you not discuss the case with anyone, not even amongst the six of you. You can't deliberate at all or discuss the case in any way. You can't read, watch, or listen to any account of the trial. Did some of you bring laptops? No? No. Well, I feel badly about that because I had a jury in a similar situation in the jury. All they had to watch was daytime TV. But I don't know, maybe there was something about
We got some recommendations.
The movie lady's out.
Well, anyway, we'll see what we can do to give you some kind of entertainment. And
join us over on Nick
but in the
Rickida's
meantime, please
Twitch. We'll be watching
adhere to those rules and
watching a movie together.
We're not going to sequester anybody or anything. So, and I hope that they have.
All we have is Anaconda 2. Search for the Blood Orchid.
Any questions?
Sorry.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, in fact, I'm having the bailiff escort you up there now, and while you're there, you're not to have any conversation with the other jurors. Okay? Anything else? Okay, fine. Thank you very much.
Mad Max.
They just started picking juries.
What's a great
or kicking people off.
Just super pro self-defense.
Justin, that mortar's active again. Hit it.
Cause they had him pick 6.
Let's make him watch Shawshank Redemption over and over.
Shawshank is good. It's a great movie.
Do you really want to put Kyle Rittenhouse through this? You want to send him to prison? He's not an accountant.
Or
He
anything
can't
else
make it. Game of Thrones. Time to Kill would be great.
Stay within.
Hey, Justin, you got a copy on that?
Rambo.
There's no gunner on the one that I took out. Okay. Did you ever mark? Oh wow.
Chat's got
It's
a lot
far.
of movie suggestions they could watch. I mean, if they need to source some movies, I think the chat's got them. What about like Con Air?
They have to watch Con Air though.
I know. Why am I getting phone
My cousin Vinny. Sure.
Oh god.
Forgot that one. That's sad. So this one's very givable.
The Punisher. Oh yeah. Oh, Judge
Legally
Dredd.
Blonde.
Oh man. Well, it,
Alright, let's
looks
get some
like
more
they're not
trenches
gonna
back
do any
forward.
motions. I guess the judge is just seems like he'd be efficient, but maybe he's giving the state an opportunity to respond. I wonder how many on a motion for mistrial. I guess the state's gonna get, they'd have a week or so to respond, or 2 weeks, maybe.
So what's the final demographics of the jury? They said one of them was a woman. Do we have final demographics? That just might be interesting.
I have no idea.
All right. Well, if anyone happens to know.
Yeah, I never saw like the jury numbers.
Yeah.
There's a report on them somewhere.
They just spawned all over again.
So,
like they literally all just spawned over again.
Nothing. Can I go back to my earlier question of my sadness, realization of reality?
Hey, don't we have to get closure now?
Yes,
Come
we
back.
can. Where were we? Was I talking?
Yes, you were
So
talking.
much for bust.
Okay. I mean, I think the
Sorry,
main
guys, back.
takeaway from that, and this is something everybody should know, is that
I've got eyes on armor.
lawyers in weird ways, like everybody.
Where's that armor? Where's the armor?
276 from my
at
boss.
various times,
Backside of
right?
town.
Like suddenly they're imputed with a bunch of authority
Could be
because
already, I can't really
we went
tell.
to school and we
Tiger?
learned a lot of words and we learned a lot of history
No, it doesn't
in a
look like Tiger.
particular way.
I don't think.
But at the end of the day,
It's a Tiger.
they're just
Yeah, I have eyes on that Tiger.
right?
Loads
And
of
so they
incoming
bring their-
traces.
their
290,
biases
50
and their
cal,
preconceptions
290, I
and
need
their
that dead.
political interests and their
260, lots of traces inbound from that tree line.
into a topic that they're one that they're not specifically
They're
studying.
closing in.
So if a lawyer, knows a whole bunch about
Can someone help me dig this trench,
that's
please?
broad, sure, because maybe they specialize in law around that area, or maybe a lawyer has researched deeply into a particular thing, and we could be pretty good at researching deeply when we need to. Then we might have a lot of facts, but other than that, I mean, you're going to come in with the same preconceptions that you would otherwise, right? Like, just like anybody else. So I think that's a big part of maybe our comrades, and I use that with all of the Russian I can muster over on the Twitter side of things, is that they're bringing in a lot of preconception into this. I'm sure that as busy practicing attorneys, they have probably not watched 60 hours of trial on the subject, and they're getting summaries just like anybody else would. So that's my apologetic answer. If you want my brimstone answer, I can do that.
User disconnected from your
They're
channel.
a bunch of communists.
Are you loading them in there?
They're a bunch of communists.
No, I'm not. I'm on the
There's
backside.
the brimstone answer. Here's the
It's
reality.
really just that simple. It's really just that simple. It's anything to support the narrative, and whatever supports the narrative, everything else be damned.
Yeah.
Tiger 266 is shooting us.
I've seen tons of these lawyers out there, reported lawyers. I mean, I don't know any of them. Who are
Tiger moving left. Tiger 67.
He's a white supremacist.
267 moving from front of the. Tiger, get back in the wall. Just 270.
Involved in the shootings, he missed. And I like to think that was him being consciously not racist.
Tiger zigzagging towards us 270 west due west.
I can only shoot.
Does he have a gunner?
I'm joking, of course, but
I can't see. He did a minute ago.
There are people who've been running the false narrative. There are people who suggested that the gun charge was not only like a proper charge, but that he was surefire guilty of the gun charge from the get-go.
Yeah, he's got the gunner and he's honest now. He's in the tent. He's fine. It's fine.
To them, and they would never even consider the possibility that what the law said was what the law said. It must have meant, and you say, but it's kind of weird to impose hunting regulations.
You ran into friendly forces. You most likely is dead.
That's a strange thing to do, and they'd be like, nope.
Well, I did like where you tweeted out yesterday. Was it PolitiFact of Wisconsin or something? Had
Alright, 50 cal gunner, listen for my call outs, okay? I need all these targets that I call out dead. Got it?
And then you tweet yesterday, it's like, well, that held up well. Like, we actually did some legal analysis.
Fuck, that mortar's firing.
Yeah, it was like, and that was the thing. These a lot of news outlets who have lawyers on staff to handle to help them with these things, they apparently didn't read the law. And when they wrote their articles, they never mitigated with the possibility of, because that was a confusing law. It's a very confusing law. It's confusing to the judge who's been practicing law in some way, shape, or form for 44
Justin, check
years.
that mortar again.
And he's like, I don't even want to tell you how much time I've spent thinking about and trying to think through this law. It's very confusing. And so, you can give a mitigating idea of it. You can give that.
281 gunner.
As self-reflective, maybe I didn't mitigate enough, but I think that I was pretty fair when we got to trial to say, you know what? If the
he's just next to that bush in the open,
and deadly,
in front of the market,
he's going to be guilty. Of course he is. But
he had
this exception, and I still don't think the exception's an affirmative defense. I mean, that
doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense.
He's dead. No, he's not dead. He's just got off.
But maybe that's how Wisconsin does statutory interpretations on criminal laws.
Maybe he's splashing now.
And if that's the case, I just don't know.
Hey, how's Dom?
To me, it seems like an exception written into the law.
He's stable. He'll be up in his bed.
Determined. And
thanks, Sabers.
And they could have just picked up the gun and measured it when they got it. They could have measured the barrel length, because they never asserted in their complaint or anything that this was a short barrel rifle. That was actually, it was a little incorrect of the judge, in my opinion, because he said, as pled, there's probable cause. But the pleading should require it to be a short barrel rifle, right?
I don't have eyes.
User left your channel.
Been necessary for the pleading of a 17 against a 17-year-old. Now, if they had said he was 15 at the time that he possessed it, different story. But since he's 17,
where is that multiple bearing?
Included short barrel rifle. So
no, we don't know, bro. If we knew, that'd be I know there. Kick it.
The chat is saying seven women, 5 men, and 1 person of color.
Say again, mortar location.
It's 11 white, so at least it's not an all white.
No, but I had eyes on the board, so I just killed him.
Oh,
it's coming from the north, probably past that north town, past Aldea.
Isn't it kind of insulting from their point of view to call that?
Way out, bro.
Because they're just
way out.
Testing.
Yes, you're here.
Yeah, you're here, buddy.
Good. Sorry, I
were just ignoring you for a second. Sorry.
I've been having audio problems.
Just keep bidding them out, guys.
Well, it's okay. Now that hasn't happened to anyone else on the panel.
I was just. There's already articles about, there's only one black guy on the panel, and I'm like, if Kyle had managed to by with random chance, but if he'd drawn
I might have eyes on that mortar.
Off, they would have been just.
That just comes to me.
Kyle, intentionally gets the one black juror off the panel. would have been
340 from my position.
That's
exactly.
what we were saying earlier. Since Sherfisi put the numbers in the tumbler and Kyle drew
Yeah,
them out,
back up.
there would have been some accusation like, oh, the black guy had a textured card or whatever, right? Or the black
Is
woman.
it an
I don't know.
airfield?
Person of color doesn't actually particularly describe anything, so I'm jumping to a conclusion.
Yeah, just throw it in the crate.
And I shouldn't jump to conclusions. I should walk
That's
there
fine.
slowly.
You're good.
Okay, I'm up.
Let me get a couple of these big super chats real quick.
You can do a full screen since we're watching nothing as well too, by the way.
Yes.
And I'm mostly in court today, so I'm probably going to be
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
popping in
bounce
and
out in a minute. I just want to pop in for the drawing, which I'm glad I didn't miss.
Yeah, I just wanted to pop in and be like, "What the hell?"
To the wonderful chat, you're gonna be stuck with me for probably some long stretches today.
Go confirm
as,
it.
Everybody
Go
else
fucking
catches
tight
up
zoom on that. I
me.
need to know.
But Britt Cormeyer says polarization of reality is 100% due to the
But we'll know in a second when we visit. No, I'm multi-using. I'm talking to my squad.
Report the
I'm 140.
support your
I
story
couldn't see
or
what he
only
was
see
on. He
those
was
reports
mounted on
you cannot
something though
agree
because
with that.
there's a wall in the way.
James says free Kyle.
Collins is going AFK for a moment. I have to go get a COVID test, so I don't know when I'll be back. Break. I put the mods inside of the crate. Get the anal one. Get the results faster.
The defense.
On God, trying to get my booty touched. Alright, I'll be back later.
And strategically, I think we got a lot of insight into Richard's mind when he said, we've had nothing to hide. They had Kyle turn his phone over without a search warrant. Or not with, they had him turn over the password to his phone.
Striker reloading.
The police
I haven't had any more mortars yet, have you?
on the phone. They had him turn over the password. They had him testify in court. They've really held off on objections. They have
hey, Striker, bearing 295 in the woods.
And I mean, they're phrasing that as they
HMG.
have nothing to hide.
Hold on, I'm taking one out.
And so maybe it's that rather than laziness on the objection. But that's how they go. And if they just didn't want to quibble over this stuff because they think their case is strong, it's a strategy. I don't know that I. Yeah, I'm not sure that I fully agree with that. I think matters of law that are misstated by the prosecution are just ripe for calling out. Your Honor, he is lying about the law. He's lying about what the law actually is. It just and then let the
enemy infantry in the open 260 reference rocks moving right to left 259
to say okay, you should be instructed that this is what the law actually
is. That HMG down patches?
It's Richard Hogue.
Yeah, hi, User left your channel.
Pop in for about an hour or so, but I figured I'd say hi.
Did you get to see the Tumblr? Did you get to see the Tumblr of Destiny?
I saw a picture that was sent out. I can't believe they have him do that himself.
It was fun.
All right, I gotta pop out again here, but I'll be watching.
Yeah, welcome. Anytime you want to pop back on, go ahead.
I might as well pop out too. It can be you and Richard.
Mortars out, fire. 5-8.
I popped in and everybody left. Okay.
Well, thanks for clearing out the panel, Richard. It was getting dusty.
Well, they love me. No,
how you doing?
I saw you all talking, and like I said, yeah, I think I've got a new call I got to prep for. But for right now, I thought.
I don't know what our pilot's doing.
I don't even know what you're talking about. They're just going to be silent for hours.
He's been running around randomly shooting at shit, so I don't know what he's doing.
I have a plan, and the plan will probably get.
Keep your heads down. 310, close tree line.
I have a bunch of super chats. I've got a backlog of them that I'm going to read through at some point because I assume I'm going to be alone for a significant portion of today. Is my guess. So I'll be doing some of that and answering questions as I'm able to. But while I have people, I want to discuss things. Oh, hey, look at this. Look at this. Not everybody is disgusted with you.
Look, we're in tiers. We come in twos.
Yes, perfect. What's up, Joe?
I'm great. How you doing?
Oh man, I'm good. Good. It was weird seeing my name pop up in like Breitbart, talking about the and on Infowars talking about the shutdown.
Really? Belt for me.
I'd seen that Tucker
reference. Belts in the crate. Great stone.
He couldn't have been talking about.
Crate is marked on map. Completed, backed up, and killed the shoulder kids
because he said it was legal experts with hundreds of viewers.
Yeah.
I was like, hundreds.
Well, it's
Behind us, behind us. I have no fucking ammo.
77,000 of them, but
at
it was
the
cool.
time of the shutdown, I actually had looked at our numbers like, relatively right before that. At the time of the shutdown, we were not just the number one, but we had more viewers than Fox and PBS combined. And I think I even made a comment about that. So
Yeah,
yes,
we
that's
were
why I sent the
crushing.
correction on that. Yeah, we were really, really crushing, and I do think that we would have broken 100 if we didn't have that ridiculous
Now, I
disruption.
understand the reporting on that. I mean, do you think that this was a deliberate attack or an error?
From what I heard, it was an accident. Team YouTube has not gotten back to me yet on Twitter or or via email.
Now you have enough subscribers that you've got a person at YouTube, right? That should be getting back to you.
Yeah, I'm waiting for them now. I want to say my person tends to try to fully investigate things and bring me a good answer. So I wasn't expecting a response from them yesterday, but Team YouTube on Twitter, despite being tweeted at by about 1,000 people and me DMing them, and I have an open DM thread with them from a prior issue, they still have not responded. And I mean, they respond with relative frequency to people
on Twitter.
Yeah, and so I don't know that it was an accident, but I do find it pretty suspicious that the PBS stream that was trailing behind us seems to be the source of the accidental copyright match, and but I don't know that they actually asked for it. I'm trying to get info on that because boy, would I love to report that PBS actually asked for all independent people to do it. But see, the crazy thing is, like, Law and Crime got shut down too.
Yeah, no, it was simultaneous across the board, right?
Yeah, and to have Law and Crime shut down when they're I guess maybe they're on PBS's feed. I'm not sure where. Like,
are those
I'm not
PBS
sure.
cameras the ones? Are they owned by PBS that are doing that broadcast?
I don't know. I honestly have no idea because all the camera angles appear to be they appear to be sourcing the same cameras on basically every source I've found. The one difference I saw was that during the autopsy photos, PBS was not actually switching to the autopsy feed, but some other places were. So I'm not sure where it came from, but to suggest that there's a strong copyright interest in the bland reporting of factual information factual public information like this is suspicious.
That's a public government function. I that's why I asked whether they were PBS cameras, because you could at least make the colorable claim that that's our view of the public.
Our guy framed it, yeah.
Yeah,
framed the shot.
But no, if it's not, if it's if it's a court system, it's not even close.
Oh, it's all from.
Anyone got a splint? Has anyone got a splint? Hey, hop out of the vehicle.
They're the only
Hop out of the
cameras
vehicle.
allowed in the courtroom. Is what I just saw from the chat from Mr. Joey Camp 2020.
Hey, that wasn't a request. Get out of the vehicle.
I'm a benefit of the doubt guy.
Do you want the gun around? Yes, everybody out.
But I stopped before jumping to the full-on attacks. But it certainly did. If it was an attack, that's how it would look.
The reason that I think there may have been, and again, I don't know who the party might be, but some hand in doing that is the frustrating difficulty that many viewers have expressed in finding this live stream.
Bro, why they did just stick my
searching
butcher
for you if they
vehicle?
know your name and they know you're doing this?
There are videos out there of people typing Rekieta Rittenhouse trial and not getting any videos of the Rittenhouse coverage that I've done and not getting the active live streams, but rather getting, getting the mainstream sort of sources for it. And it's like, if you type in Rekieta Rittenhouse, that should pop. I mean, should be the top result. There's no question that should be the number one result, especially with the amount of viewership that's going on. It's not like I've streaming to one person.
You don't have a common name. It's a subject matter. No, I agree.
It's not just that. It should be that if you put in
Server's gonna restart, guys.
live.
Right.
And you had enter while he literally has more people watching him
By the
than
way, what
any
killed you there?
other YouTube channel. And he's not on the list
Something
anywhere.
killed you? You
would
died?
get- I scrolled down 50 spots. You know, PBS is there, Fox is there, Yahoo's there.
You get old videos rather
all of,
than live
and,
videos.
yeah, and you'll start getting older videos. Yeah, and he'll be sitting there with 66,000 people watching him, and you'll get Yahoo News with their 12,000, and then you'll get PBS obviously and Fox, but.
So Patches was the whole town just responding over and over again because I swear I killed so many guys.
Good Morning America. Like, well, you just get weird things, and you won't get him, and that's just that's insanity.
And that the fact that there are even other non-news source YouTubers with smaller live watchers that get ranked far above
non-authoritative under
right.
YouTube vernacular.
User left your channel. User left your channel.
There we go. There you go. There you go. There I go.
What
mods
needs
to be
updated?
Armor itself needs to be updated.
But I know YouTube.
Wait, what needs to be updated? Karma supplement?
Arma 3.
Arma. The update. Hold on. Arma.
Hey Barrett.
Hey Barrett.
So when I see those things
Barrett, how dare you say you want fucking Butcher more than you want Demon?
Yeah.
Butcher's better.
Yeah.
Way better.
No, but I am the best.
What's up now, Demon?
I'm
just kidding, Demon.
I've only ever lost one.
I do like Butchers because you're there with me.
It took about
whatever the fuck you want. I just prefer it.
Whoa! No need to swear. No need to swear. No need to swear.
This is a Christian
The hostility. Lots of hostility going on here.
Big tank.
User
Yeah, you're still my driver, right, Kenji?
And
You want me to be a driver again?
but
Yeah.
Play fair.
Are you guys in game?
No, yeah,
Can you
it's a-
can you see the server?
I might
I'm in the
have
wrong game.
Oh, we're just talking.
I'm playing
I'm not too
Roblox.
sure. Hey, Patches.
Ew.
Patches.
Yeah.
Wait, no, not Patches. Barrett.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of people? Look in air channel. This is the definition of jailer when he plays Apache.
One of our guys.
Hold up. See this.
It was bigger.
What are you posting?
Oh,
What
yeah,
shit
Lubert's
posts are you
awesome.
doing?
So that's the good growth trajectory that you want. And so
That's
I'm
false
not complaining
information.
About income or
No,
anything from
it's
last year.
definitely
Please, can you
It's
lace
true.
for me?
It's so fucking true.
where my view
Hey, I
count
fly
from one
transport,
day to
man.
the next
Oh, but
without me
everything
having
else
to
is
do
pretty
something
accurate.
stupid,
Did everybody game
right?
update
But
already?
my view count was cut in half.
Yeah, man.
My viewers
Server's
were cut
not
in
only
half.
like a 2 meg
And then
update. It's small.
it was
It's
about
nothing.
8 weeks later
Oh.
that another cut happened.
So
And
my
I
game is
went
just
from
validating for no
a
reason.
nightly viewership of
Half gig
4,500
installed.
people, to then like
good for its
2,400
self-esteem.
people, and then down to about
Yeah.
1,200 people. And I really
I
had
feel
to, like,
it's
work to build that back
self-esteem
up.
because no,
And-
never mind.
And it was
Yep.
just
Yep, it was
happened
there. I was
in
just
2
gonna pretend I didn't make
distinct
that
overnight
joke.
Just stop.
Jay,
Yeah, no,
But I appreciate you for catching
I'm
Jailer, I was
sensitive now, man. I'm fucking
digging
looking
for
out for
like
him now.
10 minutes to find that picture. I've had it on me for
Yeah,
so long.
watching.
You waited
Yeah,
that
you
long.
had-
to get
Yes, I
that,
waited
bro.
that
Yeah.
long. I waited for
God.
someone to say that,
So
oh, I'm the
frustrating,
best Apache pilot.
to have to
I
That
have
was
it.
sarcasm, but I agree. This
I really
works
like
pretty
this
well.
one. This one is for Dallas.
User
It's
entered your
Dallas,
Like, I
channel.
don't
right?
need special treatment.
Yes,
I just
hello.
wanna show up
Yes,
like everybody else.
it's
I
one of
just
the
wanna
codes.
come out here and say
Requires
my thing.
thermal
I
vision and
didn't
50
get
times
strikes
optics to see
until this
anything.
year.
Friendly fires
My
anyway.
first strike
I wouldn't
was
say friendly
early
fires. I
morning
would say
strike.
kill
I was
civilians.
watching
Okay,
That's
so
not true.
the two
talk
issues I have
about,
with being the
he
Apache
was
pilot is
on
one,
vaccines,
if
right?
your gunner
And
kills a
I
fucking
agreed with
civilian,
Joe
you
Biden,
get
and I got a strike.
credited
for using
Is this
And
it?
two,
Yeah,
I'm
you're
sitting there with a
There's
one-time
misinformation on
Zoom
vaccines
fucking
because
camera trying to do jack
said
shit when the
something
gun
about
has
how
like a
they-
9,000 times.
Well,
At least you got thermals
is
as
it,
pilot.
Jailer, is it true that you have
for a long time that
have
this is
3
specifically
separate
how
keys
the virus affects
to
people.
auto
I
hover?
agree with this change. I agree with this policy change.
No, I don't
And
tend to
then
auto hover because the
they
auto hover
stopped
and the
it.
patch
And I
is
was like,
fucking
Auto hover's gay.
busted.
Bro, the Apache.
Doesn't matter which chopper.
I'm on
Auto
the
hover and
side.
armor's
I'm with you.
gay.
The way
The only
There's no
time
other
I
way
ever
to say
auto
it.
hover is when I'm trying to pick up the fucking thing with the sling load.
First off, the Apache
yeah.
flight model is
But I-
fucking
but-
atrocious, though. Fucking atrocious.
I genuinely think it flies like a big little bird, like an overweight little bird. That's what it feels like to fly.
Like an obese bird.
Once you get past like fucking 150 kilometers, that shit doesn't want to turn.
Oh no, you get up to like 100 knots and then you just either lose altitude or over torque. There's no in between.
I thought, well, you know, if there are more viewers and there are
And if you over torque for long enough, then you'll never be able to auto hover again because you get stuck in this weird like
the ordinary incentives there you keep
up and down seesaw motion.
What does over torque mean?
And they're engaging with the content. And
Over torque is
it's a little
basically.
bit weirder than that.
Yo, how would you even explain it? When
I
the
know
road
what
is turning.
It's like when you bend your penis all the way backwards.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
I'm glad you.
exactly.
Wow.
That is a
Wow.
good way of explaining it.
Wow. Wow.
You've
Wow.
over torqued it.
Wow. Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Come on, man.
The worst thing is you're not even too far off with that explanation.
No,
Right?
He's way off, bro.
I'm sure it's like spot on if you already have a
Alright,
mental picture of the thing.
Alright, there's two things. There's torque as in RPM torque, and there's also torque as in like Titan and torque. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
RPM torque.
RPM torque does not exist.
Big tech, etc. So
What?
Yeah, okay, fine.
What?
I'd like to get an extra.
What about torque per foot-pounds and then torque
That's the only type of torque there is.
That's what I meant, like tightening, like fucking foot-pounds torque and fucking.
Okay, so can somebody explain to me in terms of like a helicopter, what is over torque?
Literally being paid directly by Big Pharma.
I know automotive and engineering.
Patches
I do
just
not know
gave
everything
a
else.
beautiful theory about it. You should listen to Patches.
So something penis, yeah?
No.
Yeah.
No.
So over torque is basically when you apply more throttle than 100%, and lack of better terms.
And what is the effect on your airframe then?
Damage to the transmission, basically. That's at least in that particular mod. It will damage your transmission, which will make it harder to hover, and you'll have some weird issues with the anti-torque, the main rotor and anti-torque syncing.
So when people are saying like talking about over torquing their chopper, basically what you're saying is you fly it too hard to the point where it causes damage to the airframe, yeah?
It's essentially, for lack of anything better to compare it to, it's like over revving an engine.
Okay, cool. That makes sense to me.
It's not over speeding the airframe. It's over torquing the engine, because you can overspeed the engine, the airframe as well, just by going too fast, and then you'll get a whole different set of damage to the helicopter.
You're basically like doing things too hard, like going very fast and turning too much and stuff like that.
No, for overtalk, the issue is the amount of throttle you apply also calculates with the distance you are away from the ground and how fast you're going. So there's a bunch that goes into it. So you could be like 80% throttle, go over a hill, and it will go up to 120%, and then you're starting to overtalk just because the air pressure and shit.
And then the Vic starts taking damage.
Yeah.
You done lost me.
Yeah, that's why I like calling the Apache a sensitive bitch, because it is a pain in the ass to fly sometimes, but you know.
Is that just like the game being weird, or is that analogous to real life?
It's the flight model. Shit is shitty.
It's mainly the flight model. In real life, it is a thing, but it doesn't work to that degree. Like, yes, it may damage the transmission, but it wouldn't be to the point where it's affecting how it flies unless you do it constantly. Whereas if you do it like a little bit in armor, then you instantly get fucked.
Right. Actually, over revving your engine once in a while is actually good. Like.
Yeah. The thing with the Apache in this flight model is because you have the idle switch into the fly switch, which also differentiates how much fuel goes into the aircraft as you're spooling it. You have to wait until everything syncs up at the right level of RPM and stuff before you even take off. Otherwise, you get fucked like entirely. So that just takes 10 years to fuck this full up, and it's a pain. It's just a pain. That's all.
And it's your favorite bird, yeah?
Yeah.
I already know. It's because of the AGMs, bro.
No, I don't even gun. So, like, for me, the Apache for me is just the reason I like it so much is because it's there's just more to do on it than the other birds. With the
we can run my little mission.
Little mission.
I have a mission.
Barrett, did you see my post on air?
Yeah.
That's why we need
Forrest Gump.
How much mods am I gonna have to download?
No. All you gotta do is download Fallujah.
No,
There's
not
advertising
Armor.
other servers, Barrett.
Yes. Are you advertising, Barrett?
Advertising what? No.
You to an admin.
I made my own mission.
No, you're in trouble.
Want to play?
Sure. What's the IP?
I don't have Fallujah downloaded, and I'm honestly too late.
We'll give it a couple more minutes because they're working on it right now.
You should be helping them.
I told you, bro.
Save that for my days off. It's like a pep talk on why I'm never applying for air perms.
Right?
Air perms are pretty simple until you get yelled at for doing simple things, but everyone decides to yell at you because apparently as Stalker, it's always your fault, no matter what.
It is.
I mean, you forget to fuel up the helicopter and crash 5 feet outside of the fog.
Okay, no, that's your fault. But when it's just like, Siren's just like, you confirm with Siren like 3 times, is LZ this clear? Is LZ this clear? Is LZ this clear? And then you just go around the fucking corner and ZSU lights you up. It's like, whoops.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Siren don't know when LZ's clear when they're clearing buildings.
That's always the pilot's fault.
Dude,
I just decided that.
I've been yelled at so many times for not landing on the appropriate LZs, but at the same time, every time I try to land on the appropriate LZ, I get fucked by some sort of tank, so I'm not actually sure what I'm meant to do.
I mean, you really can't get on that,
buddy.
because you have control, you have the final say over your bird.
Yeah, I try to land at least close to the LZ, but I will try to land, like, safely when I get there, because half the time Siren gives me really dumb call-outs, especially for holding points.
Maybe Siren's being played by randoms.
Remember when we had Phantom and they gave good LZs?
Phantom was a cool thing. The LZs, I don't know why. The thing is, they just put it in a clear place with cover, and then you get there, and it's like a fucking cliff face, and it's like, how the fuck am I meant to land here, boys?
You
faster pull. That's what they're going to tell you.
Get fucking, in the words of Ryan Murray.
Every time I tell people to fast repel, they're like, fuck no.
The last guy at fast repel, I was hovering there for like 15 seconds, then I cut the ropes, flew over and saw he was down on the ground.
I don't know, there was a point where there was no Stalker online, so me and Bellas were dropping people off the side of the Apache and they were parachuting in. It was quite amusing.
It was pretty poggers.
You have 6's clearance for that?
There was no 6 online at the time. There was a 1-1.
So yes.
So yes.
Well, just say it's a gray zone if 6 is not
I mean, it's just parachuting. It's fine.
You know, if it's Barrett, we just do whatever, you know.
I bring you good LZs.
Yeah,
bring you
good
LZs.
good LZs.
LZ macaroni, for example.
I still, I have one regret. Beans gave me a little bird, and then the only thing I ever did with that little bird was spray down at a friendly score.
And then you got shot down.
Okay, I
Strike.
I made it all the way back to base. I got back up in the air, and then I got shot down instantly. So you know.
Well, little bird, okay.
It's karma.
Bro, that's why I don't play.
Yeah, it's karma. Ooh.
I love
it.
I got
Strike
demon
me,
perms.
I dare you.
I got demon perms, but you get shot
Strike
down
him
so
harder.
much that you might just
If
get
you
striked
get
for
shot
getting
down so much,
What do
you're
you
doing it
mean?
wrong.
I've been shot down once in my life in Demon.
Bro,
Yeah,
what's the single bird
to be fair, that was your fault.
Bro, why are you lying?
What do you mean?
Did you only play demon once?
Get good,
No,
nerd.
No,
I played like
Bellas has
30 hours.
only played. Bellas plays demon with me, and I've only been shot down once with him, and that's because he was like, "Oh yeah, there's another troop truck coming into the town. He takes one shot at it, and it's a
'cause
fucking
I'm like,
ZSU and guns me out the sky."
The only chopper I've lost on this map is, well, I
'Cause I'm
lost it due to
like-
a rock during nighttime.
If you run demon, you know you're gonna get shot down. It's inevitable.
No,
No,
if you're
it's
in
pretty
the
easy.
Apache, I've only ever been shot down twice in the Apache, and one was by a
Bro.
fast mover.
I was
I
flying
just have to
Wilbur
say,
for like
sometimes
3
it is-
hours at
You heard what
CAS, and I survived
heard
it,
what
brought
you
it
said,
back, and everything was fine.
If you're flying a DAP, you're gonna get shot down.
Bro,
That's about
They
it.
don't fly depths. Fly the H6M or an Apache.
Actually, the
Yeah.
DAP is more maneuverable than that fucking stiff ass Apache. That's number one.
Yeah, but
It
the
is more
Apache can
maneuverable,
literally
but it
sit
doesn't
5
have the
kilometers out and
capabilities
still
of
hit shit
the
accurate.
Apache.
The Apache is not more maneuverable. The Apache is
Yeah, but the Apache can eat missiles at 8
it's
clicks.
a hard dick.
Haven't ever
bro.
seen them DAP doing that.
The Apache is
I mean-
a hard dick.
Oh, you can.
Yeah, but I like hard dicks, okay?
Mhm.
Wait, hold up.
Oh.
Okay.
I mean, if we look at your
Interesting.
bio,
That
it
shit.
says you are.
I mean, the DAP and the Apache is completely different. Like, you aren't meant to be engaging close.
That's just a better
range.
Black Hawk.
And number one, the DAP can take over like one SAM missile and not blow up.
I want to
That's
see
false. That's
Well,
false.
Yeah,
let's
that's
just
where it
say
is.
the Apache doesn't
That-
take SAM missiles if you play
that
it
is-
right.
That is not false, bro. I literally got shot
I've-
by a SAM missile and crash landed.
Why
Okay,
are you fucking
I
flying
crash
in the
landed
sand
perfectly
missiles, bro?
fine with a broken, with no anti-torque on the
No,
Apache.
no. That's not what happened. They told look. Siren, bro, you gotta remember, Siren is the one who's relaying fucking orders to me, bro.
Yeah,
Ultimately,
no, it's
you're
always Siren's
responsible
fault.
for your
It's
vehicle.
always Siren's fault.
Gotta say, man, y'all people with first can appreciate the siren. You got a perfect scapegoat.
Yeah, no, okay, boys, it's always Decisive One's fault, because he's always Siren. It's always
There you
him.
go.
Ooh.
Look, if Siren calls you in and doesn't tell you about a man pad, then it's their fault.
Yeah, no, I got that exact same
Exactly.
thing with a Shilka yesterday. They're just like, oh, you know, LZ's clear, and I just walk around the corner, and there's a Shilka sitting on the airfield.
Your guns are bigger than his. Deal with it.
I was playing Stalker. I had no guns.
You have 2 miniguns on the side. You
On this stalker bird, yes, you.
yes. You
I want you-
immediately switch seats.
Yeah,
you spray them down and then you switch seats
You
and
hit,
fly
you hit
away.
the fucking X and then
That's how
switch
you
back
do it.
in the
No,
cab.
you fucking battlefielded. You jump
I
out, you rocket
slammed
launch,
into the
and you
side
get
of the
back in.
mountain and sat there for 30 minutes
fly
waiting for
high,
repair.
Jump out, fire your rocket on the Shilka, then wait
disconnected
till
from your
the
channel.
bird descends to you and hop back in.
Yeah. Easy.
No cap, I've been knocked unconscious in the DAP and the helicopter's just flown, like kept flying, and then I've woken up, bandaged, and flew home.
This reminds me of
Nice.
back on Altus, I disconnected and I asked Waterguard if he could replace the Chinook that I was in, and he told me that it was still flying. Like 3 minutes afterwards, without a pilot.
Somebody just shot a BB gun.
Hmm?
Somebody just shot their wall.
Maybe.
That's what happens when the surf is down for too long. People get itchy.
That's a weak ass BB gun.
A weak ass BB
I can make
you
a
gotta-
slap that sounds more violent than that.
You gotta give that shit at least 20 pumps, bro. What's wrong with you?
Is it airsoft? You guys were looking at?
If you're doing anything less than CO2 with a battery, I don't know what to tell you. You're doing push shit.
Bro, when I was little, we used to play fucking BB gun wars and shit. We had like a 3-pump limit.
I have a feeling a lot of people went past the 3-pump limit.
Oh yeah, I mean we're talking. This was right a long time ago, but yeah, before airsoft, before them little plastic shits.
You ever put your paintballs in the freezer?
Oh, that's old shit. That's old shit. That shit hurts, but it's old shit.
Yeah. Have you ever been to an airsoft field that's left their paintballs sitting in the same fucking bucket for like 6 months and you can't hit shit past like 5 meters because they just keep diverting?
Not to mention it smells like just a pile of dirty nuts.
That too.
Have you ever been to an airsoft war where somebody converted their pellet gun to use CO2?
What?
He got banned. He got banned and his ass whipped in about 2 minutes because he put about 3 kids in the hospital.
Effective minutes then. 2 effective minutes.
That's like some hillbilly kid project. Something like I don't understand. Why would you ever do that?
Because
you had kids.
He was
to see if he could.
No, he was just he was one of those kids that like whenever he went to school, you had to kind of watch him because you never knew exactly how he was feeling that day.
You motherfuckers gonna call your hits today. I guarantee you're gonna call these hits today.
Yeah. If I had one of those guys in my class, I wouldn't be in class. I ain't gonna lie.
We only had
like if you didn't have one of those kids in your class, you were the kid.
Oops, server's up.
Oh.
Or you live in a country that, you know, doesn't give kids access to firearms.
Oh, something need to update.
Mark. Add-ons functions. What is Mark?
What is Mark?
Yes.
It's a name.
What is Mark?
I'm missing a PPO file called Mark.
Mark add-on functions, F Mark PB. Yeah, it's not like.
Just repair everything. You don't know what it is.
Oh, I don't want to go through everything.
Excuse me? What type of disrespect?
just
update your armor 3.
I have.
No, you did not.
Well, we'll see, because this is my smooth brain fixing things, so.
It's not arma 3, it's mod that needs to be updated. Mark mod, I guess.
What is Mark mod?
There is no Mark mod.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I updated my arma, so it's.
I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna let you know what's the name of it right now. It's named Mark.
It's so broken. What's happening?
Mark.
Well, Mark slash add-on kind of sounds like a DLC to me, to be honest. I'm not sure though. Please trust me.
Mark.
Can anyone else join, or am I just retarded?
They're probably just
showing up.
Ah, thank you. I agree.
Yeah, it's not the mods. They seem fine. We just checked.
It's
When in doubt,
Mark.
Repair the supplements.
When in doubt, it's Barrett's fault.
Mark is the Marksman DLC.
Damn it, Barrett.
Really?
Where'd you ruin the server?
You can blame me.
How do we fix that?
I can blame you? How are you?
Yeah, sure. You can just blame me. I'll take it.
Barrett, why did you fucking pirate your way into
I don't know,
my
man.
personal computer and
I
my game?
don't know. I don't know.
Is there a new marksman DLC?
Barrett coming in clutch as always.
Hey, so you all know what the difference is between sweet potato straight out of the oven and pig that's been thrown out of a window?
Hey, Links for Bellas, can you just spam me when it's
One
back
is a heated
anyway?
yam, the other is a yeeted ham. Well, I killed the TeamSpeak.
Anyone get in?
Wait,
or is it still that Mark thing?
Should we tell Links he's all playing it?
Is that a server-side thing, Links?
I don't know, but Link's hot micing like a motherfucker. There we go.
We want to apologize to no